Hey everybody, it's Mike Weller from the Weller Group at Keller Williams Realty in Orange County. We are here with our weekly Orange County sales report. We've been doing these for coming up on a year now. We started doing these shortly after the COVID situation and lockdown took place last spring, really to give you an idea of what's happening, pulse of the market, day by day, week by week. So last week, February 14th through 20th, sales were back up in Orange County. We had 749 new sales, new escrows, new pending sales, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. 749 homes were sold in Orange County last year. President's Day was one of those days, so there was really only 4 business days, which makes that number even more impressive compared to the last few years. Just to give you an idea of how high of a number that is for this time of year, that's more of a like peak of the spring market type of number. 749 sales in a week. Same week last year, we had 589 sales. That was before COVID, so we're up 27% from that. If you go back to 2019, we are up 41% from 2019. Same week, we're up 40% from 2018. And going back to 2017, we are up 19% from the same week in 2017. So pretty strong numbers. It will be very interesting. Fast forward a month down the road when we're a year out from the first COVID lockdown to see how crazy our numbers are this year compared to the same week last year when we were under lockdown. So we'll see what that looks like about a month from now. I've been getting this question a bunch lately. Are we in a bubble? Are prices going to drop? Is this sustainable? And I'll give you a little bit of my perspective here. I got into the real estate business as a professional licensee at the beginning of 2006. So I experienced the bubble bursting last time, the Great Recession, the mortgage meltdown, the subprime loans, all of that. That was my introduction to real estate as a real estate professional. I went through that whole cycle, that whole process. What's happening now is very different. So we do not have the excess inventory that we had in 2006, 2007, 2008. Home building is way down. It has been down for over 10 years. There is a shortage of supply for housing. So we're not in danger of this huge supply of housing all flooding the market at one time, which is essentially what happened at the end of 2007 into 2008 with all of the foreclosures, all of the distressed properties that came up when people that were buying properties in 2004, 2005, 2006, buying properties that they couldn't afford could no longer sustain the payment when their 1 or 2 or 3 year teaser rate came up on their loans. So we're not going to see that. The only thing we have looming currently are the homeowners that are in forbearance. And based on everything that we went through, 2006 through 2010, the government is much more lenient on allowing financial institutions to leave those types of assets, meaning mortgages that are not current on their books. The government is much more likely to encourage banks to work with those homeowners. And banks themselves don't want to move forward full speed ahead and foreclose on all those properties and flood the market if they had to, which I don't think they're going to have to. But worst case scenario, most of those people have a lot of equity in their property. So again, we're just not going to see that flood of distressed inventory coming to market here. It's just not, it just doesn't exist. It's not going to happen. So we have an unprecedented demand for housing with a shortage of supply that cannot be fixed overnight. That's a construction, that's a construction thing that would take years and years and years to build up and overbuild. So as long as the fundamentals of our economy remain, I don't even want to say strong, but remain okay, we're not going to see a housing crash like we saw in 2007, 2008. I don't think we will see a housing crash like that again in our lifetime. That was a like once every 80 years kind of thing. You have to go back to the Great Depression to have experienced something like that. So that's where I stand on all of that. That would be my answer to the question and my conversation about that when people are worried about prices crashing. So I just don't see it happening. I'm on record here. This is out there. It's February 24th when I'm filming this. So who knows, a year from now, maybe we'll go back and play this and I will be totally wrong. I hope not, and I certainly don't think so. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you just because I'm getting that question so often lately. Anyway, love to have this conversation with you. So feel free to check in or comment if you're seeing this online, your thoughts, your questions. But other than that, stay safe. We'll see you next week. Take care.